Well, hello all. I hope you're having a very good Saturday. Um, I just want to give you a quick rundown of what I'm looking to do this week. Um, as you can see, I've already released the next week of assignment for week two. And basically, what I'm looking for you to do this particular week is really work on that literature review and work on developing now your outline to a paper that piggies off the hypotheses. In other words, you start with your hypotheses, which I sent you the pictures, I've already written on the board. Okay, whatever you chose to write, that's what you're going to use to develop your outline. And I essentially showed you how to put together an outline, okay, from a hypothesis. You're testing the hypotheses based on what you're trying to find out. And as I said earlier, your hypothesis basically told you what you believe to be true before you actually do your research. So now, once you start doing your research, every little nuance in that outline, okay, is going to be related to what that hypothesis says. So if in your hypothesis you're trying to prove that the sky is blue, right? Then you're going to tell me what happens when the sky is blue. What happens when it's not blue? What happens when it rains? I think you get the point. So you get your hypothesis and you look at what you believe to be true now and start breaking it down into all the different sections to either prove or disapprove that hypothesis. Now, that's where your outline is going to be crucial. Is what you write down in your steps for your outline actually what it is that you're trying to prove? So keep testing that outline against what you're trying to prove in that hypothesis. Once you develop that outline, you start working on your literature review. But it's very clear what you needed to do in that week one with the assignments. So, but that's kind of the method to the madness. Now, not next week, but the week after, week four, we're going to be getting together for a couple hours, 2.5 hours. I won't use the board. If the computer works fine, I'm sorry, I will use the board. If the computer works fine, we can get help from that. But based on what happened week one, I don't want to waste time worrying about whether or not I'll be on Wi-Fi. What else? Okay, also, when you are working on a literature review, make absolutely sure that the literature is going to back up what your goal is for that particular section of your outline. Don't just be looking things up that are somewhat related to what you're trying to prove. That could confuse you and bring you down a different track. That's what research is all about. It's a chronological, consecutive series of steps that we take to get the underlying facts of what we're trying to prove. Then at the end of everything, once we write our paper and draft, and then we do a final draft, then we compare our hypotheses to our summary, and that will be our conclusion. Is what we initially believed in our hypothesis the way it is, or is it different? And if it is, why? And then you put your references down, you're basically done. So that's what we're going to do starting this week. Pay attention to your assignments, get them uploaded, and I'll give you some feedback shortly. Have a good week.